Hey guys, we're back with the red part of Nanoha. We're going to go straight into it with a new Nanoha herself. It's a 0015, and it's a card that Nanoha players have been asking for a long time. It is a brainstorm, so it is pay 1, tap self, and for every climax you mill in the top 4, add a character from your waiting room to hand. So still tap salvage brainstorm with a little bit of additional upside. When placed from hand to stage, check the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in the same order. So you can kind of figure out whether or not you should be brainstorming immediately, or at least tilt the odds kind of in your favor. I don't think it's as big an impact as it seems, because if you're going to brainstorm, then you were going to brainstorm anyway. But it is nice to know, and it does confirm 2 triggers in case you aren't going to brainstorm. So, what do you guys think?
It's a brainstorm.
So like
The set didn't have a playable brainstorm before, so.
well, I mean technically the Fate was playable because like the meta deck was Fate.
Well, now we're not forced to make subpar deck building choices to accommodate a Blessing Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Always a good thing.
It picks up
Right.
everything. So like it actually gives you like access to basically any card. You don't have to worry about names. Or like even traits actually. So you
It's
can play
tap
like
self,
off trade stuff.
which is really nice with the level 1 high tay running. That's pretty relevant, I think. You couldn't this set. I don't think this set actually had a tap self brainstorm before this even. So
no, it only tap 2s.
I don't know. This is like a good modern tool.
And the
that
spammable plus, the spammable plus brainstorm.
Okay, dude.
Well,
that card's just too powerful. We can't tell everyone about that card.
It's quite.
You could play this card with the spammable plus in Brainstorm.
Oh my god.
All right.
I think the Dom play look at top 2 is like actually like it. I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for.
I think it's a lot better later when you're not necessarily Brainstorm.
I think it's an effect that's good at like any point that you play the brainstorm.
Yeah, but how many times are you playing the Brainstorm? Like,
see, so that's the thing. Like a lot of decks have been. It's like a lot of decks have been leaning towards playing their brainstorms at 4 to make sure that they always have their brainstorm whenever they need it. But like a lot of brainstorms, like once you have the 1 down, unless you're gonna double brainstorm, you don't ever really want like the brainstorm again, right? It just sort of becomes like filler in your hand. But like I think the on play track 2 actually makes it so having multiple Nanohas in your hand can be desirable.
Really?
Yeah, it gives you better information for your turn if you keep playing her.
It's like marginal though. You can't even rearrange that.
That's true, but like it's still information for your turn when you're playing this card at 4. So you're gonna be
it's only
saving it.
relevant when let's see. It's relevant if you have side attack. If you have attacks that would become side attacks as a result of the knowledge. It's relevant for drawing. If you see something that you want to draw with your early play.
Like,
I don't think like I think that's it. Right? Your first 2 attacks have to be your first 2 attack. Like your first 2 triggers would have to dictate a potential side attack. Like, I don't think that actually happens that often. But I mean, the big part, like this is a fine effect, I guess. It's like okay.
Like the point I was trying to get is that like you want to be playing this card at a 4 of to make sure you always have it, and
right.
the fact that
well, when you said desirable, that implies that you're like this is like a search set, like search time.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like you're playing this card at 4 of, and like because it has that ability on play, like you don't feel bad having multiples in your hand and having to play her after already having one. Is what I was trying to get at.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So then you should have said that.
My bad. All right, that's a good card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just good. It is what the deck wanted.
It's Nanoha relevant for decks that run that finisher if you're playing that deck. That's
yeah,
like the last thing I'm gonna say about that guy, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Nanoha is like the actual good deck, so I don't think it matters.
There's definitely a show.
Yeah, there's a show. I just don't think it's particularly strong, at least compared to like Fate Hayate.
I think it's very comparable, actually.
Nanoha gets in there as the brainstorm. I'll say that much.
Next card.
So next card is so we've got Fortress Mode Nanoha. It's a 1045. It is a climax combo. If all your characters are either magic or weapon trait, this gains 1k power, and when the battle opponent is burst, if you have the so that is a
Stock
soul in the climax zone, you may salvage a character. It's really irritating, to be quite honest.
Generic
hey,
effect,
remember,
I guess.
Remember when this effect was printed in Gurren Lagann's trial deck?
Yeah, boy. Gurren Lagann the best.
Now it's a double R.
Yeah, the Gurren Lagann combo isn't Nanoha name.
Damn, dude. All right, Nanoha name. It deserves a double R.
Basically.
Not there.
This
is probably playable.
I'd say it's playable minus. Like I feel like on reverse salvage is just when you don't have like good free mill, it's just not really desirable. And then you have to like playing this card, you have to compensate her by having power pumps. So like you have worse front attacks unless you're like back rowing power pumps. I don't think it's like that good.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Okay, so this is like a playable in my eyes. I wish it was a bit better than this. Alright, next card. Formula Mode Nanoha. It's a 3/2 10k. Oh boy. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may put the top card of your clock in waiting room. So that's a thing. And climax combo, when this attacks, if you have the power to move towards Hope, it's a gate in the climax zone, you may pay cost, which is pay 2 and ditch 2 cards, notably worse than Sinon. And the reason I'm saying Sinon will be clear soon. If you do this, deal 4 damage to your opponent and this gains 6k power for the turn.
So this is the worst Sinon ever printed, right?
No, because you don't have to reverse.
Are you really trying to say Gurren Lagann is in this?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that. Gurren Lagann's definitely worse than this card.
This card is so bad.
Agreed.
I guess like an upside for it is that like it's a Nanoha name and it's a healer. So like if you're playing a Nanoha show with like Starlight Breaker Nanoha, this is like your best healer. And like
Yes.
Yeah, so you can play it as a healer and like just have the climax for when you're sacking and have infinite hand and you can actually do it. And you don't also have just triple Starlight Breaker.
In some variants, you might not like play a level 3 climax combo. So some people I think you can make an argument to run doors in those decks, and since this is a healer, you could just run this because you run the door anyways. That's like the only way I could see this making it into like a meta deck.
Yeah, this is ironically a lot like the Simone in that you just cram it in as a healer.
Yeah.
When you're playing gates anyway.
Because the book combo kind of sucks.
The pants,
yep.
You mean?
Oh, is it pants? Oh,
yeah,
even worse.
That's
so bad. Oh, it's so bad. I hate.
But dude, pants are OP. Didn't you know?
It's so bad. Yeah. I mean, like, I think what was trending for me when I was testing was just the desire to run doors over pants because that deck doesn't really like pants at all.
Awaken your inner Japanese.
I think pants are good when you're trying to like loop a desirable combo, and Nanoha doesn't really have a combo you want to loop. Like you're not really gonna be looping shots because your Minamis are gonna die unless you hit a salvage brainstorm, and then the actual pants combo sucks.
Yeah. It being Hayate is not really relevant because there are cards in the set that like completely address Hayate selection. So I think this was like a fine card to play as like a hangers on for the door trigger that you're running. Yeah, it's a heal.
All right. Next card.
Wait. What did you want to rate this?
Just playable.
Yeah. Because is it because of the heal? It's probably because of the heal.
Yep.
All right. And it's another healer.
Yep, and it's a variant Zapper. Did you guys ever play that game with the cricket? That was just Frogger, but with a cricket, and it was called Zapper. Anyway.
Your age is showing.
Well, let's just talk about frog fractions.
It's a 3. Yeah, I love frog fractions, man. It's a 3/2 10k. It's a heal, and when this attacks, if you have Magician of Salvation, I don't know what climax that is.
It's a gate.
It's a door.
It's a gate. And all your characters are formula trait. Ooh, you may pay 1. If you do, you may heal up to 1, and this gains 5k power for the turn.
I'm not familiar with formula, but is this the level 3 combo you use in that deck?
There's no other level 3 combo.
Alright, so niche playables.
I mean, there's no other. The other formula finisher is like a.
It's off. Oh yeah, never mind. It's a restand. Off climax restand.
Drive restand.
Yeah, dude, you can trigger double. You trigger 8 doors and trigger 2 doors on your restand. It's like a plus bazillion. That's like something.
Yeah.
Trigger 4 doors. Trigger 4 doors on your restand. On your restand
we're
attack.
Just like slowly turning into bad Hina logic.
I mean, this card's like just in that deck, I guess.
It's a heal.
Yeah, it's a double healer. Ooh,
it's healer. It's on trait.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Not much else to talk about. Yeah, this gets less power than the Nanoha.
Yeah, because Nanoha is the main character, dude.
Wait.
Nanoha,
okay. That's so That's so flavor actually.
So. Okay, dude. It's a 0015. When this becomes reversed in battle, if you have 2 or more other magic... I'm having deja vu. Is anyone else having deja vu?
Because Amito wasn't strong enough to beat... whatever, fine, whatever.
No. I mean, this card.
It's Lindy, but you salvage instead of Surge.
Yeah, it's exactly Lindy, except you don't have... You can discard anything, and you can salvage any character with magical weapon, not just Fates.
Yeah, but I think for a lot of reasons, this is worse.
It even has the same restriction.
Yeah. It for a lot of reasons it's worse than Lindy, but if you're not playing the Fate shell, it's like you're playing like a Nanoha shell or like a Mono Hayate shell, and like this is arguably better. Not arguably, this is better as a hand filter.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just don't have good Fate cards. But if you're not playing good Fate cards, then you're not playing the good deck, I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is serviceable. It's like fine.
This is fine. It's like playable. It's still a it's like a drop salvager. Which
everything we said about the Lindy applies to this card except for the fact that it's salvageable.
This is much worse than the Lindy, I think.
Because it's salvage. I mean, that just means that you're playing this. This hell holds more value past like. Just later.
I don't know.
In general,
you almost never see costless drop searches. Like there've been a couple recently.
Yeah, I agree. Well, like
drop salvages are just everywhere.
Yes, we covered the drop. There's like a drop climax. They're like drop climax.
Yeah, there was a literal drop climax.
That's fair, I guess.
Anyway, this card is fine. It's like playable to playable plus somewhere. It's like a C plus if we were to go grades.
Maybe B. C plus. Yeah. Oh, I thought we weren't going to do that, but
we aren't. I'm just making it as easy a transition as possible.
Okay.
Next card, Amita, Disagreeing Sisters, 0015, and it's Accelerate support, and also an Accelerator. When you use the Accelerate effect, choose character to gain the ability. When the battle opponent is reversed, you may pay 1. If you do, salvage a character. And it also has its own Accelerate. So Accelerate, put the top card of your deck into your clock. If you do, at your climax phase, mind you, if you do, this gains 2k power and 1 soul for the turn. So...
neat concept, I think. It's like...
I think it's missing like 3k power in a level.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as a level 0 play, man. If it just... if
it's a neat concept.
If it searched instead of salvaged, it would be a lot better.
I think the fact that it salvages makes it like a horrible level 0 play.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
I'm just saying the idea of an Accelerate support that also has Accelerate on top is like, I think that's a neat concept for Accelerate.
I mean, this card is so much worse than Clean Cut that it's actually a bit upsetting. And
you know what's funny? This set actually has Clean Cut too. Yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean, this card's I think this. You probably run this in the Formula deck, right?
I don't think so.
No,
you don't?
I don't
think
so.
No, I guess this is just bad.
Like the Formula deck is freaking gentle and positive Haruka. Like you don't need this.
That's
true. I think like maybe playing this is fine in the Formula deck because the blue Accelerator is also like a fine card that I do think you want to be playing. So like having some support for that blue Accelerator seems alright.
Aren't there other supports? I'm pretty sure there are other supports.
Other there are other better supports, but not Accelerate supports.
I mean, this is not a support. This is an Accelerate support.
Yeah, that's what he's. Oh, whatever. I mean, subpar card, I guess.
It's whatever. I think playable minus niche is probably where this goes.
I think this is just a niche card.
Again, niche is now an additive. It's briefly an additive.
Sick. We're gonna change it anyways, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we're gonna crush it into dust. Vita, friendly bath together. It's a 0/02k.
In jail.
When this is placed from hand to stage, give a blue or Signum/Vita character 1,500 power.
This card is meta just based on the art alone.
This is, if you're gonna run a card like this, I think this is just like strictly worse than the Draw Ricky, right? The Draw Ricky. What's the restriction on the Draw Ricky power? We can play. Okay, I think this is just worse. Straight up.
Let me find it. I'm pretty sure it was something barely negligent, like barely relevant.
If it is worse, then I think this is just bad. Like, why run this?
I can't find the card. Why can't I find the card?
It's
magic or book. Magic or book. The Draw Ricky is uncommon.
The Draw Ricky is just way better then. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is
correct.
Bad.
I agree. Yeah, I think this is probably bad. Unless this is for the Vita waifu deck.
Okay.
Well, no, but Vita, like all the Guardians and Hayate are magic as well, or book. So like the Draw Ricky hits them as well.
Zafira was like, wait, is Zafira magic?
Zafira doesn't have playable cards.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Zafira waifu? Never mind.
Wait, no, never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong character. Nanoha going out on a moonlit night.
Hey.
This cannot side attack, and it is a clean cut. So when the battle opponent is reversed, choose one of your other characters with either magical weapon, rest it, move it to an empty slot in the back row. So this card's actually pretty good. Like as far as clean cuts go, it retains power, so it doesn't drop down to being like 2k or whatever. And 3k is a reasonable amount of power. Like
you also run globals in this deck, which I think increases it increases the playability of this card a lot. It's one of the reasons why you run in Standby Sal, you run the Asuna Search Brainstorm with the clean cut for that very reason. The global being a very good card to just, attack with and then move back with a clean cut. And the increased power is like pretty good because it obviously pumps it from the front row.
This being 3k on defense is good because it means it doesn't lose to anything except weird pumps and oversizes. So that means it can plus in 2 different ways, and any card that can do that, by my books, is pretty good, even if like neither of the pluses is guaranteed.
Yeah.
And
it's like all costless. This is all costless too. I think it's like a pretty.
Yeah, it's playable plus.
Yeah.
It's in a set with a good global. It's it can just get you extra attacks, and it's even in. Oh, I don't think red is like a relevant color, but it's fine.
It's not a relevant color, but you don't actually like have color issues with this deck.
I mean, you can standalone have the re-edit Nanoha, right?
The Starlight Breaker?
You could.
The Revenge Burner.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, it's possible, but
I mean, you could run
a slots. Like that's just a lot of slots you're dedicating.
I mean, you could just run it in a slightly different way, right? You could just focus on Nanoha at level 3 instead of 8. Assuming you still run the I think it still works out. You'd probably have to test the counts, but I think you could fit that into a shell. It's just I don't know. I think this card's just good, to play on its own, even without considering level 3s.
It is playable plus.
Yeah.
Alright, Formula Suit Type A, Amita. When this is front attacked, put this in the waiting room. Even if the battle opponent disappears, this doesn't become a direct. This is 0045.
This card is bad.
Bad. So the thing about, go read my article, shill. The thing about cards like this is that they don't actually plus you. They only get rid of opponent's cards. And that's not actually important because the opponent's supposed to be expecting you to beat all their cards anyway.
Well, I mean, so there are also archetypes of oversizes that get rid of themselves based on certain conditions.
Yeah, but this is not
one. Those plus you. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, those actually plus you because the other ones end up like they either die when you level up or they die when your opponent plays a climax or whatever.
The reason you play oversizes at level 0 is to get cheap pluses in your first couple turns of the game.
This is like you could consider this like a plus like 2,500 power on play or something, like a burst power card, which is like
this is
so whatever.
Like that.
Yeah,
you can't even consider it like that.
I'm talking about in terms of just
4,000 power on play. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The effect defeats the purpose that this card, like the slot that it would go in.
No, you obviously wouldn't play it to be an oversize.
Like this is strict.
You just play this to be like a big dude that attacks.
Like this is a trap. Like if you play this, then your understanding of modern Weiss Schwarz is a bit not there, or you're like a beginner, and that's fine.
Or you're super advanced.
Or you're like, you're next level and you play 8 copies of Come and Play Mill to gain 1k for each trait milled, and that's how advanced you are.
Those cards are okay. You'd rather play those cards than this card, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a bad card. This is bad. I give it bad minus. I don't think it has any role.
Would you give it a failing grade? I think I'd give it a failing grade.
Yeah, it's an F. This is worse than
F, yeah.
Yeah, F is the fail grade. D is like I'll play it in a very specific metagame if I have to. It's not the worst thing ever, but it certainly isn't optimal.
Like why was this card printed? Why is this a foil? Why is this a foil?
People.
I don't know. Maybe Japan still thinks that the opponent matters.
I don't think they think this card is good, so they probably just. I don't know, man. They probably just decided by committee, and this is the card that came up. They're like, this art looks nice. I mean, that's probably what happens, right? There are people who make the effects, and then there are people who decide, like, what the foils are.
I have gone through about 3 page downs worth of text, and I've already identified 3 amitas that are better suited to getting this sort of, to getting the foil treatment.
Whatever. According to you. You weren't on the committee, sorry.
Yeah, but see, the committee has already done this with similar cards. They've done this with accelerate supports, they've done this with level 1 bombs, and they've done this with this other rando card, which is weird as hell, but certainly looks like an archetype staple. All right, so this is a bad card.
Yeah, we're on the counter
Strike
now.
Cannon, Nanoha. It's a 1/02 counter.
Playable.
If you have a magic trait character. So for the record,
This might actually be like. Well, this is playable with the caveat that level 1 counters in the meta deck hold a lot less value. So...
yes, but I think that this is the best costless counter to protect your level 3 early plays as well.
Sure, but you have an anti-change counter. I'm just like not too big on.
I think, yeah, I agree. I'm no longer big on the counters unless you're going for a specific wall-out game plan, and that's just not common anymore.
Yeah. It's also just not a good color. Like it's not like a desirable color for the deck.
Bad. It's not that big.
It's not a big deal. But like if you're running cards like this that are just like kind of there, it would be nice if the card color like suited the deck function better.
I think this is playable still. I think it's still playable.
Of course.
But it's on the caveat that you actually have a reason to play it.
Yeah.
Obviously. All right. Any input, Wibs?
Oh yeah, on the counter.
1/0 counters need a reason to be run, and I don't think like Nanoha has a good reason to run 1/0 counters.
Hey, about that 1/16K from earlier.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm not great. I think 1/0 counters just like aren't that good anymore because level 1 is just uninteractive or too high power. So I don't think they're very good.
I mean, it's just not that great in this deck because there's just no value at level 1 for that kind of card unless you're in a very specific meta.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Next card, the one that should have gotten the foil, Amita, for family's sake. It's a 1/03K. When this becomes reversed in battle, if the level of the battle opponent's 1 or lower, you may reverse that character. And when this is reversed in battle, give another formula trait character 1K.
Wait.
Yeah, they're both rares. Why was that the foil?
This clearly deserves the foil treatment over it. I'm not even bothering with the art.
This one's well, I mean, I'm just saying, this hypothetical committee would have no power to change the art. All they're saying is this is a foil. This is not a foil.
Yeah, but they could have put the art for that one onto this.
No, I'm saying they have no power over that either.
But why wouldn't they have power? You can just change the cards in the folders. Like, there are art folders for every card. You can just swap them around. Alright, that aside, this is a level 1 bomb, and level 1 bomb, another medical.
Isn't this off trait for the actual deck?
Yes.
This only goes in formula.
All of the formula cards. All of the formula cards aren't magic, so they don't go into the regular deck. They're only weapon and formula mode.
Okay.
Yeah, there's already a Vita bomb for the magic deck anyway, so this card is obvious, like they just said, the formula deck, and it's only for specific targeted scenarios. So once again, this is niche, but this is like playable niche. Just like counters, you need to figure out when you want to play this.
Yes.
Alright, next card, Vita, Time Space Administrative Bureau Armed Forces, 1/05K. And when the standby CD defense is placed in a climax zone, if this is in the front row, you may pay 1. If so, choose another magic character and stand it. So the idea is to standby out something and then immediately attack with it. Previous iterations of this combo have had you clocking yourself. So, pain is gain or whatever. But
wasn't that only Simple Gear?
Kuro. You have to clock yourself in Kuro, I think.
Was Kuro clock? I thought Kuro was stock.
Wait, was it Kuro clock?
I don't think so. I feel like it was stock.
Let's go to try. You guys can talk about it while I look it up.
Sure. So this is, I still think, an overrated effect. Like, even when you're pulling out, say, an 11K that's not going to die, you're only
it is
one
pay 1.
No, it is? Okay, cool.
Okay,
Well,
right.
that card wasn't particularly good, so this one is like... That one even had better targets to pull out. It had, like, the Shuro, and it had, well, it had Abakuros,
Did it have
obviously.
better, like, level 3s to stand by out, though?
It has the level
Kuro
3
bomb.
bomb that's a heal, which is a
Is
very
that...
good card to just... Well, you
Is that
bounce it
good?
back and it's a reusable heal.
I guess, yeah. Okay, sure. That's
Yeah,
all
so,
right. I mean, you have pretty all right standby targets here too. But
I don't think they're particularly good.
I don't think you have very good standby targets, honestly. Like your best target is is just a vanilla 2295.
No, I'm talking about level 3s, not the thing you'd stand by.
Yeah,
Not the thing you'd
yeah,
combo.
Like yeah, your standby targets at level 3 are they're pretty good. But like
What are they?
like if you're running this card, like if you're running like the 1-0 Vita, you're saying that you have good level 1 standby targets to make the combo value, and I don't think you do. So why would you run the combo? I mean, then you can just like run an empty standby.
Sure.
If you're trying to play a standby deck.
Yeah. So if you don't have a good standby target immediately, I think it's better that you don't run it. Like the other accompanying level 2s, if you're running the 2-1 Vita, you can't even stand by that out. It's gonna be a 2-5. Like
the best immediate standby target is the 3 soul ARF from A's strikers from one of the old sets, but like meeting her condition to actually hit 3 soul by level 1 is like impossible. So it's like not actually a good standby target at 1.
Yeah. Well, let's just move on. I think that because we don't have great standby targets here, I'm not convinced this is the combo you want to play. You may as well just, like they said, play empty standbys and populate your level 1 with, you know, plussing and bombs and other stuff. So, playable niche, I think, is what we give this. Playable minus niche? Yeah, playable minus niche. Alright. See, this card should have gotten the foil, because it's, like, archetypal. I mean, it's a new power granted. 00500. When this is placed from hand to stage, mill 2. For every climax, if there's a climax card among those cards milled, give a character 1/5 for the turn, so not really that good. When your other magic character is placed from hand to stage, that character gains plus 500 power and the formula trait until the next end of your opponent's turn, which is interesting. Like, it allows formula synergies for 1 turn. Pay 2, tap this, draw a card.
This card enables the formula deck to play like the really good Hayate level 1 cards to like increase the deck's utility without having to worry about your the formula mode climax combos, because both climax combos you're playing in the deck check formula mode trade only.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is definitely neat. And pay 2, draw a card is whatever.
Yeah, other than that, this card's very whatever.
Playable niche.
Yeah, playable.
It's playable niche. That's all it can really be.
Right. Are we just gonna say like every formula mode card is niche?
Yeah.
Get that out of the way.
You add the niche additive at the end. That's what we've been doing. Okay. Vita, heading of the story, it's a 002k. When this is placed from hand to stage, check the top card of your deck, put it either on top or into the... When this is placed from hand to stage, mill 2. If there's a climax among those cards, this gains 3k for the turn. So yeah, enjoy your mill 3, I guess.
So what's the point in this card again?
It mills 3.
It mills 3.
Don't you like that?
And?
Don't you like milling 3?
Oh my god.
3, dude.
Wow, amazing. Playing a card that does nothing but mill 3.
Hey man, rewrite does it.
Wait, really? Which card?
Shizuru promo.
Wait, which card?
Game PR or the box topper.
It's literally come and play mill 3 and it's blue.
It's 2500 power too, so you know.
You actually play that?
No,
I think
don't,
Japan
but
was playing around with it for a while.
Japan has it as 2480.
Wait, no, that card went down in price a lot.
I don't care. It's
I
overpriced.
mean, I don't
This
think they
card
play it
is
anymore. Like, it's the Lucha PR is more expensive now. I'm just like,
good. This card is playable minus.
yes.
It
Okay.
is there if you really desperately need the mill, but otherwise, it has very little text. I don't rate getting 3k as text, but I do think that the scry is actually fine. You probably have other sources about that. Okay, next card, Nanoha, Flower Viewing Tea Time.
I like this
When
art
this is placed from
style.
hand, when this is placed from hand to stage, you may ditch a card from hand. If you do, choose a cost 0 or lower Nanoha in your hand. And once per turn, when you play Starlight Breaker Nanoha, the re-edit 3, I believe,
Yep.
is placed from hand to stage, you may put the top card of your deck into stock. So if for some reason you have 2 cards in your hand spare, you can play this, get back another copy, play that, get back
Oh,
something, play
yo!
level 3 Nanoha from no stock.
That's pretty cool.
This
This
card
it's
is
good.
amazing.
This
in
card is
Nanoha
really
waifu.
yeah in the Nanoha deck.
Like,
Or
no,
if you're playing like a Nanoha focus deck, doesn't have to be waifu.
yeah, this the card is like really good in a Nanoha shell actually.
You can get your combo, you can get your brainstorm, you can get your another copy of this card.
Like you don't even need like 2 copies of the 1/0 to like meme at level 3. Like you just have 1 copy, and then the Starlight Breaker's like cross turn burn is like it pays for itself, which is like pretty cool.
Cool card.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like playable niche, I think. I don't know, maybe it's playable plus niche.
No, I'd
'Cause,
just
like-
say it's a playable niche.
No, because the thing is, you don't have to. It's not just good with Starlight Breaker Nanoha. You can just play it and get a brainstorm.
I think it's just playable. I would call it playable.
I also think it's just playable, but it's not just good with Starlight Breaker Nanoha. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Wait. Well, I'm not attaching niche to it. I just think it's playable.
Well, it's the Nanoha deck.
Nanoha shell, so I think like
Sure.
that's a niche because
Yeah.
you're not really saying that's the meta deck, are we?
God, I hope not. I'm waiting for Japan to prove me wrong. All right,
No,
next card.
Japan's playing blue yellow as well, dude.
I don't believe you.
They do. See the list. They play Hayate. It's like shocking.
That card is so expensive now. Holy shit.
Yeah, Musashi's even worse.
Amita and Kairi, friendly sisters, is 105k. When this attacks, it gains X power, where X is 500 times the number of your other formula characters. It's only a 107k. It's uninteresting.
The
It'll be
art is amazing.
7.5 with your back row.
Dude, look at how good that art is.
It didn't get a foil.
This art sucks.
This art doesn't even come foil. Wait, how does this art suck?
This art sucks.
What?
He's not a lolicon.
Wait, but they're not lollies.
I don't care. Everything in Nanoha is lollies.
It's just a niche thing. Niche playable minus or something.
Yeah, niche playable. Niche playable.
Playable? Okay.
It's a fine beta. It's a 107k. Amita, Salvation of Her Little Sister, 1155. If you have 2 or more other formula characters, this gains 2k power, so 1175. And character encore. I bet someone, I bet a Japanese player somewhere looked at this card and got angry that it wasn't magic trait for the standby deck because turn 1 standby 1175 is the best play in Weish.
This is niche playable something.
Niche playable. That's it.
There's not even like enough cards to make formula mode standby.
That's sad.
You can't even play standby in formula mode. Why would you ever play that?
Okay, so well, what the hell? Oh, my battery's fucked. Yeah, just we'll go with playable standby, playable niche. All right, next card. Amita, Eltrian Girl, 2135. Level assist. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may choose a young Amita in your waiting room, put it into stock. So, young Amitas are vanilla. So, and
Yo!
up to once a turn, you can accelerate to draw a card and ditch a card.
No, it's when you
When
accelerate.
you accelerate, sorry, when you accelerate.
That's pretty bad timing for that.
Yeah,
It's a level assist for the formula deck.
you don't have a better level assist.
I mean, it's a level assist. It doesn't need any other text to be like functional.
Playable
So
niche
that's
or something.
It's playable niche.
Okay.
The rest of the text is really whatever, especially the whole stock of vanilla thing. Vita, Midsummer Leisure, 2110k. If there's no marker under this, this gains neg
Oh, wait.
7,500 power. So that's not a good standby target. And when this is placed from hand to stage, you may choose a copy of this same card in your waiting room and put it face up under this as a marker.
This is...
So, yeah.
Uh...
Keep in mind, this is 2 soul.
Oh, this is 2 soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's why this card is
Oh!
even played.
It's still pretty
It's
mediocre,
whatever. You'll never
but,
have more than 2 at once, and that's like really sacky.
yeah.
I feel like this is a fine secondary beta to play alongside an EP or something. So I'm gonna give this a playable.
You have to commit so many slots to this.
You gotta
You can
play
3.
at least 3.
I
I don't think you want to play 3 of this card.
I don't... I'm gonna give this playable minus.
Alright. Sure. Next card. Support role 001. Your other character in the front row center slot gains 500 power and hexproof. This is cute.
Is it? It's on
I
trait
don't
too.
think it's that good.
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
magic.
Cute.
Meta call probably, right?
Yeah, this is like
well,
Like you like so this card. So since you have bouncing cards, you can be completely immune from all tap counter type effects with this plus a bounce.
So the thing is though is there's a 1/1 assist from the first movie set
That costs
gives
a stock.
It gives hexproof to every single fate, and it's a global 1k.
But you're not always attacking with fates.
Yes, that is true.
And you can search. I mean, this is costless. You can search this with. Wait, no, you can't. Can you? Can you search this with the Rian support?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can search this with the Rian support. That's like the main, like that's like the only reason why this flies, I think. But I think this is just like this is obviously like a pretty targeted meta call.
Yeah.
So like you're playing against ReZero or some, you know.
It's still playable, but it's a meta call.
Yeah.
I mean, well, because like you have the reinforced support for like an on-demand search, I think like it's a fine one of like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next card, Young Amita, 3k. This is better than the 4/5. I'm pretty certain about
You want to call this?
And as a result, this is like
bad plus.
Like bad plus.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Wait, no. This has to be this is like a D minus. D minus. No, it's a D. It's a D because you can stock charge this.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think most vanillas will end up being Ds or D minuses for the record.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
they have so much extra functionality.
It's rare that they make a deck actively worse. They're just not very special. Alright, next card. Nanoha, the end of a fierce battle. If you have no other Nanoha, Fate, or Hayate characters, this does not stand during your stand phase.
This is better than the 4/5.
That's not saying much, plus they're in different decks anyway. Wait, this is better than the 4/5 even in the formula deck.
Yes. Wait, no, you don't mean that. What?
I think I do mean
that.
It's-
That doesn't. You can't. What?
I
Wow.
can say
Oh
that.
my
I
god.
think I can say that.
No. No, what?
Yes, I think
Holy.
I can say that.
This
This is a
guy.
better oversized than the 4-5 in the offset.
Dude,
Alright.
this doesn't even dodge on reverse combos, dude. How is it better than
Yeah.
a 4-5?
Because this one pluses you, especially if you have 2 copies
It's
of it.
not a. You mean only if you have 2 copies of it?
It's just
Well,
playable.
If
Playable
it doesn't
minus.
stand, it's not a plus.
This is playable. It's a 3-5.
We got 4Ks in this set though.
Yeah, you have a 4K beater, and you have clean
Oh yeah,
cut.
you've got a 4K blue.
And you have
got
clean
4K
cut
blue
or
and clean cut.
whatever. Yeah.
It's still playable. It's still a 3-5. Nanoha firing battle by the water side. This is the bond target for the fates. This is like, again, bad plus or bad, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Level.
Level.
Amisa, hurrying savior. 2125 formula trait 3K counter. It is playable.
Oh wait, this is niche. Well, I think this
Playable niche.
and isn't this playable? I don't want to give it playable minus actually, but
Sure.
yeah.
Playable minus is probably correct. Playable minus niche.
Yeah.
Fate and Nanoha, friendly pose. When this is reversed, if the level of the battle opponent is higher than the opponent's level, you may reverse that character. So it's an anti-change bomb of the purest variety.
They're just like their love.
What?
Okay. Next card. Oh well.
Wait, what do you want to rate
what
this?
rating do we give this? This is just playable, right?
I give
There's
this
no
playable
vector
minus.
anti-change bomb.
It's playable minus.
Okay, sure. I have no objections to that. It's not that much worse than like a stock or.
It is a lot worse, I think.
I-
It is a
I
lot
think
worse. What?
Like
No, I don't think
regular
it's that
a
much worse.
regular
I think it's a lot worse.
bomb is was like so bad compared to stock or clock or bottom deck.
Well,
making them pay 3 is like not that big.
Here's
it's a pretty big deal.
Well, my soapbox on this is like I think bombs are just bad. That archetype is just bad. Period. The only reason why you play a bomb archetype for that kind of like effect is if that card actively like messes with your opponent's game plan. In which case, like the clocker, stalker, bottom deck bombs, those are acceptable. But like by default, I think this profile is just like not very good, and that you shouldn't be actively wanting to put these in your deck to begin with.
Damage economy.
It's targeted. It's
Come on, show your article. Damage economy.
You just did it for me. Thanks, dude.
Wow,
No problem.
what a shill. Surrounded by shills
What a
here.
shill.
Shill
mid-air
number
warp.
1.
So this is a cool card actually. It's a 2/3 tap counter if you have 5 or more magical weapons.
Oh, so this is really cool with the Nanoha focus deck because that deck wins board, right? All of the Nanoha cards that you could possibly think of running at level 3 get really big. So
they get
it doesn't
big
have to be
at the
Nanoha
club.
focus. You have 7 cards that bounce your opponent's cards.
Sure, I mean you could run this in like the meta deck too.
Like the Nanoha cards also get big at the cost of your hand size. So like unless you have like 8 hand, I don't think like you're able to try field those Nanohas and have a tap counter.
Well, you don't need like you don't need the big lane in every single lane, do you? You obviously just play
it's more likely that you're going to like bounce a couple cards and kill something left over and then get free reign to use this. That seems more likely to me.
Sure. I don't know if you could find room. I don't know if you would play this in the deck with Hayate though.
Do you actually need the tap counter when you have the
I don't think you have tap counter.
And like
I don't think you have tap counter when you have Hayate, but I do think that it's still playable regardless. If you want to say, if you don't want to play Hayate, for example.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I mean, like the other competent decks that wouldn't run Hayate are like Nanoha decks, Nanoha plus Fate decks or whatever.
Like Formula could run this because they're the 3/2 heal combo also gain 5k.
Yeah, this checks for weapon, I guess.
Yeah,
so
but like the issue with that is like
Formula can run it
because the combo costs stock. Like you have to have 9 stock If you tri-lane the Omnita.
Okay. That's
All
our
right.
last red card.
Yeah.
So we will hopefully see you soon for blue.
And the overview.